put my eye patches on today. This is just for me so that I can look back a month from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, and remember this moment. Since my dad has died, I've cried more days than not. And not about him, per se. Sometimes about him. It's the sadness of the memories. But mainly, it's just brought up so much of the feelings, the past, and if I had to say what this feels like, it feels like I do feel like a butterfly coming out of my chrysalis right now. And one thing I can say about that is I see why butterflies are beautiful, because breaking through your chrysalis creates the beauty. It creates its own unique pattern for you. And gives birth to your own unique journey going forward. And it's uncomfortable and it hurts. Because I'm letting go of a lot and I'm growing into my wings. And so I'm shedding my chrysalis through tears, through affirmations, through affection, through support. Meditations. So, while this hurts, I look forward to being on the other side. I think it's no coincidence that today is also the day of my diagnosis of stage 2 colorectal cancer 9 years ago. A diagnosis I didn't think I was going to make it through when I first heard those words. It was so scary. And it just changed my life instantly. Instantly. And I didn't even think I just didn't think I would make it through. And now you see why I need these. And by the grace, I did. There is nothing special about me or the way that I fought. I'm just here. I'm here for whatever purpose is birthed in me. And that purpose is becoming clear every day. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for this process, for taking the time to grieve the loss and taking time to grieve for me, for my childhood and what I lost, for my adolescence and what I lost, for my young adulthood and everything I lost. for my young adulthood and everything that I lost, for my middle adulthood and everything that I lost. And it wasn't until 30 that my life began to change. Like really at 24, when I got into therapy, that so many things transpired, and I still had so much growth and processing to do. So I'm grateful for all the work that I did, because that set me up for the cancer journey that I went through. And life is an ostomate, and someone living with a disability and a life-threatening illness, chronic illness, and yeah. So I am grateful. Plucking the roots so that I can be whole, so that I am whole. I am whole. I am whole. I am safe. I am love. I am peace. I am joy. I am hope. I am. And for that alone, I am grateful. I'm appreciative. I'm thankful. Thankful for my life, for my husband, for our journey together. This month, at the beginning of the month, we celebrated our 26th year of meeting each other. Our first date. And at the end of the month, we celebrate, on the 31st, we celebrate our 25th year of being married. And I am so grateful and so appreciative. That man has been beyond a blessing in my life. He's the first person that I ever felt loved me for me. Anything I did, he didn't bother him. He loved me for me. He didn't judge me. He just loved me and met me where I was at. And I learned how to do the same for him. And we're still learning. And we're still growing. And I love being married to him. It does not feel like 25 nor 26 years. It feels like I just met him. It feels like our love is eternal. It feels so good to be loved unconditionally by someone in this big, beautiful world. That alone is healing. You grow up feeling so unlovable and ugly and dark because of things that people did to you. And so I look at him and I'm like, wow, the first few years we were together, I thought he was not a real person. I thought he was like an angel, because I'm like, there's no way you could be taking all this gruff I'm giving you because I'm testing you, and you not give it back to me, and you hold the space for me, like a healthy space. That man taught me how to apologize and mean it. And he showed me. And by his demonstration. And so I've grown as a person, I've grown as a mom, I've grown as a woman, I've grown as a wife, I've grown as a student of the world, I've grown as a sister, I've grown as a daughter, I've grown as a niece and cousin and friend and soror, and I'm still growing, and community member, and I'm an advocate, and I'm still growing. I still got journey to do. I'm only 56. I don't know everything. I get that from my son, Kyle, when he was 7. And we were talking to him about something he had done, and he said, I'm only 7. Mom, I'm only 7. I don't know everything. And that was so profound to me in that moment, that he would have that wisdom. And it stuck with me. And so no matter how old I become, I realize I'm only that age. I don't know everything, which means there's so much more to learn, to do, to experience. I feel like that Waiting to Exhale movie. I have been waiting to exhale, and I've had exhalations over the past 26 years. I've been having these moments of exhalations. This feels like new breath. New wine going in a new wine skin. And that's why this hurts, because this old skin, this old Kimberly, that old need for all of that as my identity. And I don't mean like need it as that becomes your identity when that's what you're told all your life. And so it can be uncomfortable to have someone like my husband give me so many compliments, and other people tell me how great I was and am, and that it would be uncomfortable. And over the years, as I've learned to love myself, now when someone gives me a compliment like that, I learned at one of my growth retreats to learn how to say, thank you, I know. And I say that internally for me. So you might hear me say thank you when you pay me a compliment. And know that I'm gonna be saying thank you. I know. Because now I'm owning me. Now I'm owning the fullness of me, of the wholeness of me. Just as I am. A work in progress. A lifetime work in progress. I'm figuring it out with everyone else. And I know that I know that I know that my journey is to love, to be love, to accept love, to be joyful, to accept joy, to give joy. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for each and every one of my children who's passed through my body. My body has been a vessel for 6 amazing beings to come onto this earth. And my body has conversely protected me when others have violated my vessel on this earth. My mind has protected me. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful that whatever your faith is, to know that we don't walk alone on these journeys of life, on these challenges of life. You know, that it takes a community, it takes a village, we don't do this alone. I used to think I was doing all this stuff alone, but I was actually just doing it alone. And not having any type of community that I felt I could depend on. And I, today at 56, could say I have communities. My family, my friends, my source of Sigma Phi Omega Incorporated, my ostomy communities, my colorectal cancer communities, modeling communities, speaking communities, disability communities, so many communities. I am so grateful. College communities, travel community. Oh man, I'm so grateful to be part of a community. And something's popping in my mind right now. One of my many deep woundings was when my mother said to me when I was approximately 31, I think. We were on the phone talking, and she told me that essentially my life didn't matter. And she said, if you died today, no one would come to your funeral. Mind you, I'm married to my husband, Nick, at this time. I have my two boys, Kyle and Sean. And this person says to me, if you died today, I came through her vessel. And she said that if I died today, no one would come to my funeral. And that stuck with me. All of her words stuck with me. Her deeds, my father's words and deeds, stuck with me. Stuck inside of me, deep inside of me, buried, growing, fungating like a tumor, creating dis-ease in my body, my mind, and my spirit. And they planted the seed, and they nurtured the seed, and I continued to grow the seed by speaking their words that they used against me onto myself. I wasn't able to tell myself that I loved myself until I was 30. I couldn't even look in the mirror and see myself because I had body dysmorphia from all of the trauma and the way my body was weaponized against me and the way I was body shamed. And it's weird because I modeled in my 20s, right? And I modeled so I could actually see myself. I was trying to see myself because when I looked in the mirror, I couldn't see myself. And so for someone to say that, I feel like I know now that my mom, it was her feelings of unworthiness and pain and those fears for herself, because of her treatment of people, that she was speaking on to me. And also, now I realize it was a gift in disguise. Because I ended up creating community. I ended up learning how to realize my husband was not here to hurt me and that we were on the same team. I ended up realizing that I'm lovable. What? I ended up being able to have true friends. I ended up being able to fall on my face and there was someone there to pick me up each and every time. I learned that no matter what I do, there's somebody who loves me, and that's me. And my husband too. But me first. I didn't think I would learn that. I learned that I love being a mom and that I am worthy. I've had so many people in my past tell me what a horrible mom I was, and so I ended up not being around my sons, and that's a whole different story, because that was a traumatic story. Anyway, for another time. So here I'm hearing these words, and now I know that is untrue. Every horrible, detestable thing that they ever spoke to me, onto me, planted into my spirit, body, mind, false. C'est faux. Totalement faux. It is false, 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 false. It was false. It is false. And I'm letting it go. That's part of the chrysalis. And that, because I've heard the words coming in. I've heard it. Especially with my dad's funeral, just brought it all back. My mom passed when I was going through cancer. And now my dad is passed. And so I don't have any parents on earth. And it just brought back all of the years and all of the traumas. And I've been able to talk about it with my husband. I've been able to reach out for help. I've been able to do things that I wasn't able to do as a child, who felt hopeless and alone and unseen and unheard and overlooked and cast aside and sullied and penalized and weaponized and castigated. I let it go. I feel it, and I let it go. That is not my weight to carry. Not one day, not one moment further. I am giving myself permission to show up as I am, as I feel led, as I choose. I'm surrounding myself with love of self and allowing it in from others. I am embracing joy and peace. And I realize that when challenges of life come upon me, I am not alone. I am not alone. I am surrounded by so many beautiful people of love and light. And I'm grateful for each and every one of you. I'm grateful for this moment. I'm grateful for 9 years. 9 extra years. Each and every day forward, grateful. Each day I open my eyes, grateful. For each of these gray hairs coming to my hair, you see my swatch, right? Grateful. For every wrinkle that graces my face, grateful. Grateful. I am a beautiful butterfly. I am a monarch in this beautiful world. So when you see me fly by, wave and say hi. And I will say hi too. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you. And even if you haven't, I send love to the world. And I receive it back. With love and light. On July 24th, 2024. Is that right? Are we in 2024? Ah, wow. I love it. 7/24/24. Yes. Today is a wonderful day.